What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be taking Colin's hair here and making it graduation ready. So I'm going to walk you guys through how we clean this up step by step. So here we go. Alright guys, so going into the haircut, what I look for is really that parietal ridge area where the head starts to curve down, and I section all of that off. I'm using the FSE Velcro clips. You can get them on our online store, Shop FSE, and then I just start working clipper over comb. I'm using my Andis cordless Master Series clipper. I'm also using the YS Park 282 barbering comb. This thing makes it super easy because it's about the same width of the clipper, and I just work those diagonal back sections, lifting the hair up and cutting it. And what I like to think about this is I go tighter towards the hairline, and then I start to work that comb just a little bit further off the head as I work my way up. Usually I'll go in and cut the hair a little bit longer at first and then just kind of whittle it down a little bit at a time. That way I get to that length that I'm looking for. For me, I like clipper over comb because it just has a little bit more freedom to kind of decide what length you want and kind of play around with how that hair is going to react to the length that you're cutting it. So I just worked my way up. Now, another key tip here is to just work back off that crown. So don't cut too far into the crown area. You want a little extra length in the back of the head. I think that helps kind of form the head shape a lot better. So you'll see I'm just kind of working my way through, leaving that weight line. I will go in and cut it more in my hands during the wet portion of the cut. Now this is a nice little tip for the hairline. I like to go through, carve that line first, then go in backhand and scoop the rest of the hair out. So you get that nice defined line. You kind of decide exactly where you want it to be, and then you can kind of clean up the rest around the edges. Another little tip, comb the hair forward right in that front hairline temple area. Then you can slide that trimmer up and around. We're gonna do the same thing on the right hand side. So the red comb that I have here, guys, I'm also using the Andis T trimmer, but that red comb is a YS Park 339 comb. I love this comb for detailing, working the wet cut. It's a smaller comb, so it just kind of helps me get into those tighter spots. All right, so now that we've finished the sides and the outer perimeter, now we move on to the top. This is the fun part. Remove those Velcro clips, and then I wet down the top using a spray bottle. Find that parietal ridge area, and then I draw a parting straight across it, and that's how I'm gonna connect the sides and the top. So I work that down, and now you're gonna see I kind of slightly that I cut, and then we'll add a little extra length in the front because the head shape starts to move forward. So you're allowing the head shape to kind of dictate that length. So we want to keep some length in the front. I think that's what makes this style so cool, is having that extra, especially in wavy hair, that extra length in the front. But we'll just kind of work our way through the top until we get to the front, and then I'll show you guys another technique there. So you guys will see me point cutting. What point cutting does is it gives me a softer line. So instead of creating a really blunt, heavy line on the top of the head, I want a little bit of movement, a little bit more texture. That plays with his waves a little bit as well. You can see that slight bit more of over direction back in the very front, just adding a little extra length. Still doing that point cutting and working my way through. Now I take a diagonal back parting and just finish up kind of trimming that fringe area. What I don't want is to just have a straight bulky kind of blunt line in the front, so I like to kind of follow the head shape and take off that corner right in the front. Just gives me a little bit of a softer shape in his fringe area. Okay, so now we blow it dry. Quick blow dry with our hands because we're gonna add some highlights to this cut just to really bring in that dimension and movement. So I'm gonna use Paul Mitchell Synchro Lift Soft. This has got up to 7 levels of lift. It's a very gentle lightener. He's already got blonder hair, so I'm just really just trying to pop in some brightness. So we use our Velcro clip, little zigzag parting, weave into it, add that foil in. I'm using foil on the front 3 sections because I want to incubate and I want to pop the most brightness in the very front fringe that he has, and then we're gonna do a little bit of hand painting through the rest. So anytime I'm working with guys or just shorter hair in the salon, I want to make time the most effective as possible. So you could do this technique on a male, female, whatever guest you have in your chair that has shorter hair. This is a great technique to add kind of a gradation where it starts brighter in the front, gets a little bit softer in towards the back. So we put in these weaved foils first, add the most brightness because of the incubation, and then we go in and do a little bit of hand painting. So I'm gonna do one more foil, and then you'll see me do that hand painting technique. There we go. We got 3 foils in. Now I just kind of comb the hair into the direction it's gonna lay, and then I just go in vertically with the brush and just slightly paint. So I kind of load the brush up with lightener, but then softly paint it over the surface of the shape of the haircut. So a little bit of lifting with my fingers just so that you're not pushing too hard in. So that's the key here, guys, so that you don't get bleeding in this technique. You want to make sure that you're not pushing too hard into the hair. You really just want to paint this lightener onto the surface nice and light, and that'll pop some brightness just like the sun would naturally, and that's what we're going for. Now in between those foils and towards the front, I'm going to also do a little bit of hand painting because you're gonna have that brightness from the foil, and then you'll have kind of a medium brightness from the hand painting, and then you also have his natural level. So it'll bring in more dimension, which will make it look more natural because you don't just have, you know, shots of blonde sprouting from his roots, you know, like that's not natural. So I want to go in and add that multi-dimension, which will make it look like the sun just kissed it. So you're going to see here, we process him. I'm going to style him up and you'll be able to see these highlights go through. We processed him for probably about 20 minutes, no longer than that. Didn't really need to. Not going for platinum here, guys, just a natural look. So Paul Mitchell Steady Grip Gel comb that through the hair. Then I use a diffuser to just really hold those curls in, and then we're gonna finish it off with Mitch Barber's Classic by Paul Mitchell, and I'm just gonna work that through to add some shine, definition to the curl, a little bit of texture, and kind of bring that out. You can see the highlights popping through. You can see that wave, that length that we created in the front, the nice clean sides that we put in it as well. He throws his glasses on, completes the look. Styling guy, ready for graduation. Hope you guys liked this cut in color. Let me know in the comments below. Please hit that share button, share this with all of your friends. And make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're coming out with videos all of the time. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching.